Top 7 reasons abortions are evil. Shouldn't abortion advocates be grateful that their own mothers were pro-life? Members of the pro-choice movement like to think they're all about liberty and freedom. They don't want the government telling them what to do with their bodies. And I agree with this last statement 100%. But what the intellectually deficient seem to miss is that they're no longer talking about the mother's body, but the child's body. And that is someone else. Reason number 1. It's not your body you're destroying. Would you kill a newborn infant? Would you stab it, inject it with poison, and rip it limb from limb? Of course not. But why do mothers think that because the baby is smaller, more defenseless, and in the protection of her own body, that the baby is suddenly fair game for all manner of destruction? That some of the pro-death camp like to say that the baby is not a baby, but a fetus, a lump of cells. Reason number 2. Those cells are human. Yes, that's right, they're human. They're not dog, cat, or insect. But some of the pro-death crowd like to say that it's not a viable human. They imply that the cells are not valuable, but are instead a nuisance. Careful who you call a nuisance. You could be next. Tyrants have murdered millions of people because they were deemed to be a nuisance. Reason number 3. The cells of that baby have their own unique DNA. They are different from the DNA of the mother. That makes the baby unique, different, and valuable. Nowhere in the universe is there another set of DNA like it. Reason number 4. The baby has its own heartbeat at 22 days. This is a typical benchmark for the average pregnancy. So the baby no longer needs the mother's heartbeat to pump its own blood. It is a separate life form by both DNA and heartbeat. Reason number 5. Legalized murder of innocents jeopardizes us all. When the pro-death crowd makes it okay to kill another human, then no one is safe. It cheapens life and opens the door to other forms of murder, euthanasia, eugenics, and genocide. Reason number 6. Abortion is selfish in the extreme. Why is abortion even considered? Because it inconveniences the mother. If that were a viable excuse for murder, then most of humanity would be dead by now. The pro-death mommy wants to have loose sex, but doesn't want to take responsibility for her actions. She wants to shrug off the consequences of her hedonistic lifestyle. Don't get me wrong, sex is great, but doing it with your spouse is far healthier in the long run for yourself and for civilization. Restraint can actually heighten the enjoyment once you've committed to someone. Taking someone else's life so you won't be burdened with difficulties or inconveniences is the height of selfishness. It's like saying, you don't have a right to live because you offend me by merely existing. Imagine if someone thought the same of you. How would you justify your own life after making life so cheap? Murdering unborn innocents is antisocial. It's anti-civilization. It is a crime against humanity. When someone is inconvenienced by financial difficulties and then murders someone else for their money, they go to jail, and for good reason. Killing someone else because of your own inconvenience is horribly wrong, and this is exactly what abortion does. Justified murder by reason of inconvenience. Reason number 7. Death is final. Hardened criminals don't treat child molesters kindly in prison. They know on a visceral level that such monsters are evil. But murdering an unborn infant is far worse than pedophilia. A damaged child can recover from such abuse with love and support. A murdered child will never recover.